Qualifying unfolded across 2 sessions, with the fastest drivers from the first session securing the top 2 rows on the starting grid. The agreed lineup featured alternating rows of 3 and 2 cars. Starting at P19, American newcomer Harry Schell pilots the unique Cooper T12, the only car with a rear-engine V2 configuration. Although he missed qualifying, Schell was authorized to race. Born in Paris, he is the son of Laurie Schell, director of Écurie Bleu, known for racing Delahaye's and Talbots in the 1930s. Schell has participated in non-championship Grand Prix and Formula 2 events, yet he's still chasing significant results. In P18, Johnny Claes of Team Belgium is back with his Talbot Lago T26C, aiming for better fortune from the back of the grid. P17 sees another debutant, wealthy Italian aristocrat Franco Roll. Known for dominating road races in the late 1940s with his Alfa Romeo Coupe, Roll, inexperienced in Grand Prix Formula races, now competes for the official Maserati team. P16 features Englishman Bob Gerard in his private ERA-A. Despite the narrow Monaco streets, the car struggles against its Italian counterparts. P15 is surprisingly low for Prince Bira compared to his excellent P5 in Silverstone. At P14, English driver Cuth Harrison in his private ERA-B hopes for a stroke of luck on Monaco's challenging track. P13 is occupied by Frenchman Maurice Trintignant of Simca Gordini, one of 2 new constructors in Formula 1. Piloting the T15 model, the team currently lacks pace. Trintignant has top 5 finishes in non-championship Grand Prix races. P12 goes to Swiss racer de Graffenried, who, alongside his teammate, finds himself in a less-than-ideal qualifying position for Enrico Platet. In P11, Frenchman Robert Manzon, also of Simca Gordini, has yet to achieve impressive results despite numerous non-championship Grand Prix events. P10 features another French driver, Louis Rosier, leading his own team in a Talbot Lago. He secured a strong 5th place in Silverstone earlier this year. P9 sees Frenchman Raymond Sommer making his Formula 1 debut and introducing Ferrari to the championship. Sommer, a 2-time Le Mans winner and post-war non-championship Grand Prix victories, still trails behind the pace of Alfa Romeo. P8 belongs to local favorite Monegasque Louis Chiron of Maserati, eyeing his first home race victory. P7 showcases Ferrari's Italian driver Alberto Ascari, a talented racer and son of the legendary Antonio Ascari. Ascari has already secured several victories, gaining valuable experience. P6 features Luigi Villoresi, one of Italy's post-war driving greats with 10 Grand Prix wins since 1946. His skill keeps the Alfa Romeo team alert. P5 is held by Alfa Romeo's Luigi Fagioli, following up his P2 finish in Silverstone with high aspirations. P4 goes to the highly skilled French driver Philippe Etonceline, impressing with his private Talbot Lago. P3 marks an outstanding debut for Froilan Gonzalez in an older Maserati, outpacing both Ferrari and one Alfa Romeo for Team Achille Vasi. The Argentinian is quickly emerging as a future star. P2 is claimed by Giuseppe Farina, who won the Monaco Grand Prix in 1948 but couldn't surpass Fangio in qualifying. P1 is dominated by Juan Manuel Fangio, setting a stunning 2.5-second lead over Farina, proving his mastery on Monaco's streets for the first time. The 11th Monaco Grand Prix and the second round of the World Championship unfolded under radiant sunshine. From the outset, Fangio seized control, maintaining a lead that would remain unchallenged throughout the race. He was initially followed by Farina, Fagioli, and Gonzalez. However, a dramatic pileup occurred at the tobacco shop bend when Farina's Alfa Romeo skidded and struck the wall, blocking the track and causing a collision involving De Graffenried, Trintignant, Harrison, Roll, and Shell. Remarkably, despite tens of liters of gasoline spilling from burst tanks, no fire ensued and the track was soon cleared. 9 vehicles were knocked out of the race, with Manzan sustaining a minor jaw injury. Gonzalez's Maserati, damaged in the incident, caught fire a lap later, forcing him to leap from the car with his clothes ablaze, though he only suffered minor burns. The race saw Fangio leading, followed by Ascari, Chiron, and Summer. Villoresi, delayed by the accident and initially falling to 9th, made a stunning comeback, climbing to 2nd by the 31st lap and matching Fangio's lap record. After a battle with Ascari, Villoresi reclaimed the 2nd spot on the 37th lap. However, his race ended on the 63rd lap due to a broken rear axle. Fangio led confidently, lapping all competitors except Ascari and Villoresi after setting a lap record of 103.135 km per hour, a record later equaled by Villoresi. Etansolan retired on the 36th lap due to a ruptured oil pipe. By mid-race, the standings were Fangio, Villoresi, Ascari, Chiron, Sommer, Bira, Gerard, and Claes. Villoresi's retirement was the last major event in an otherwise uneventful final 50 laps. Fangio clinched the victory, finishing more than a lap ahead of his nearest rivals. This marked the first of his 24 career victories and 23 lap records. With this triumph, Fangio emerged as the championship leader, tied in points with teammate Farina and earning an extra point for the lap record. The race was utterly dominated by Juan Manuel Fangio, who lapped every other driver. Completing the podium were Alberto Ascari in his Ferrari and the local Monaco favorite Louis Chiron, who drove his Maserati to an excellent finish. Only 7 drivers crossed the finish line. In P4 was another Ferrari driver, Raymond Sommer, in his first Formula One race. Prince Bira secured his first championship points with a P5 finish. Outside of the points, Bob Gerard came in at P6, and Johnny Claes finished at P7 6 laps behind the leader. Notably, Villoresi could have clinched 3rd place had it not been for a transmission failure in his Ferrari. In the Drivers' Championship, Juan Manuel Fangio and Giuseppe Farina are tied at the top with 9 points each. They are closely followed by Luigi Fagioli and Alberto Ascari with 6 points, and Louis Chiron and Reg Parnell each with 4 points. Tied with 3 points are Cabantas and Sommer, and finally, Prince Bira and Louis Rosier each have 2 points. An interesting statistic from the qualifying rounds reveals the average pace of each main constructor. Although these are rough estimates and do not account for team or garage variations, which typically purchase entire cars like Talbot or Maserati, or private drivers with ERA and Alta cars, they do offer a glimpse into the current standings. Alfa Romeo appears to be slightly ahead of its competitors, solidifying the Italian cars as the frontrunners at this stage.